Well, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were on Joe Rogan about a month ago, and Matt Damon said something that really seemed to rock, I guess, the movie industry, where the writing direction they get from Netflix is that you've got to restate the plot at least 3 times in the movie because their own internal research shows that people are likely to be on their phone and distracted while they're watching the film. And I got to be honest with you, ever since I heard that, anytime I will watch a Netflix exclusive film, I'm kinda like not like making a drinking game out of it, but I'm kind of like looking for it. Okay, we're like 40 minutes in. Remind me that, you know, your parents were murdered and you're trying to avenge their death. That's the whole point of this movie. Like it's I don't even know where I'm going with this comment, but I feel like it's strange that we're allowing behaviors dictate the way content's going to be written. Although I guess that's kind of the way it's been going all this time, but we've never seen it at that sort of like granular, creative, or artistic level.
Yeah, I love this. You were like, I don't know where this is going, and what you triggered for me is less about streaming and more about advertising in general. We every major platform, Meta, TikTok, Google, has trained all of our brains to only care about things in 3 to 5 second increments. And that's just it. And now we are like hooked on these apps that like literally we all have ADHD because it is so, because they are just literally training us to do so. And when we talk to brands, especially the ones that are so prevalent in social media, because social media advertising can be effective for sure. Is it a bit inflated at the moment, and maybe brands are overspending, perhaps? But there's two ways to combat, that 3 to 5 second attention span. The first way is to diversify your channel mix, right? Be in more places where you can make an impact with that audience for longer, whether it's streaming or whether it's outdoor, whether it's podcasts. When people sit down and actually listen to something for longer than 3 to 5 seconds and they put it on for a half hour, 60 minutes. Um, or make sure your brand is distinctive as possible in that 3 to 5 seconds. And I think what Matt Damon is saying, like Netflix's answer to that is repeatedly saying the plot point. For brands, there's been such a lazy stance to just put your logo front and center for the first 3 to 5 seconds of every ad. Just make it so big and so prevalent and
Mm.
logo slap the shit out of that thing. So everyone can just remember whenever, if nothing else, they'll remember that this was an ad for whatever. And that is the laziest possible thing to do in a social ad. It's also terrible. No one's going to remember because no one's going to care about your logo in the first 3 to 5 seconds. But there's been some great research from people from System One and other organizations of you have to make your brand distinctive in those first 3 to 5 seconds. That could be a mascot, that could be a celebrity you work with, that could be an audio jingle. And I think that is even more important today with TikTok and Reels and a lot more sound on environments, that there are ways you need to break through in those 3 to 5 seconds that aren't lazy by just saying the plot point or just saying the brand name, but could be really interesting and native to the platform that I think a lot of more brands need to explore. And so, yeah, it's sad, but I think you could either fight against the current, and brands should fight against the current more, or you could either adapt to the current. And I think that's what a lot of brands should be doing.